Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to an episode of Jab in the Hut. Yes, looking more happier than I've been recently. The last 2 weeks have been turmoil, and obviously with Celtic not being so good, it's kind of had a dampener on my way of life a little bit, because to some people football is everything, and to me football is everything. Plus, the other thing is, it's just been busy, and Christmas has been busy and stuff like that. So, yeah, everybody's busy. Going to Christmas parties, getting drunk, enjoying the festivities and stuff like that, dancing to, some Slade, stuff like that, rocking around the Christmas tree and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so we're coming into Christmas, and it's going to be great for everybody. Hopefully everybody has a good Christmas. So, yeah, today I am on to talk about Celtic versus Aberdeeeen. Aberdeen's form hasn't been good of lately, so at the end of the day, there is a chance that we could come out of this with 3 points today. Whether I believe we will is a different factor. I just think if Nancy is going to go into this game with the same system, the same formation, it doesn't matter what team you play, to be honest. The team's obviously trying to find their way of playing, and under this kind of system and formation, I think the back of the defence kind of struggle because they're not getting much help off the midfielders. So yeah, hopefully today we can get a result and start getting upbeat again and start getting the form that we know and loved under Martin O'Neill. I'm not really going to pull out a result because I do not think we are at that point yet where we can get a result. For me, I'm very, very optimistic about getting a win today. I think that the most we could think of getting today would probably be a draw, because again, everybody plays on this counter-attack, and Celtic are suspect to it, especially if they're only playing one defender at the back. So yeah, we had a torrid time against Dundee United on Wednesday night there. Hopefully the players have forgot about that and they can march on, they can get their confidence up a little bit. They've had a little bit more training with the new manager. Hopefully we can get something going. My other thing is that because of my doubt, it's doubt on all areas, to be honest. I think the only way we could probably get a result against Aberdeeeen is if we just hit them in the first 20 minutes and score like 4 goals. And then even at that stage, we'll need to wait and see if we can finish the game off at the end and try and keep our defensive line against us or about us. But it's definitely not a good time for the Celtic fans to be getting their hopes up for this game, because it might be 5 in a row. That's all I'm saying. But I'm hoping that we can get a result. I'm just repeating myself, aren't I? So with all the troubles and all the I'm not on here to basically lambast the team. I'm going to support the team. I'm going to tell them to just keep going, keep training, maybe get used to the system, because it looks like maybe Nancy will be here for the foreseeable. They might give him a transfer window as well. I know all the talk this week has obviously been about Nancy maybe getting his papers, but obviously I feel quite bad about that, because I feel like it's not his fault. I feel like if he was maybe brought in at the start of the season, they could have got his ideas across, and then obviously his own players. But obviously the board see it fit to go and get these players during the January window, because obviously their season isn't up and running yet, and they can go and get players from America or maybe even France if they're open to it. So if players are open to come to Celtic, for me, there was a lot of talk this week after the Dundee United game that he was getting his papers, which I think will give some unrest with the players, because they're just trying to get used to his system. They're trying to play for what the manager wants, and that's basically the point in case that we need to see from this. We can't just think to ourselves that Celtic are just going to suddenly start performing and start being great, because we need to think to ourselves here, the squad isn't full of fantastic players. The squad is generally struggling with injuries and with players playing out of form and playing out of position, obviously. I mean, for me, I think Scales has turned into a mistake waiting to happen, because he's playing in an uncomfortable position that he's not really played for a long time. He's only really been drafted into that position if it's been an emergency. For me, I think Scales is a centre-back and he's trusted along with someone else who is a centre-back, obviously trusty. And that's why I think it worked with Martin, because in the defence you had stability there. You had a little bit of stability, like, you know, if you made a mistake, at least Trusty was coming in to help you. So, yeah, okay, this system is a one at the back, basically, which can be very subject, and Scottish teams will figure that out. Because, listen, all Scottish teams need to do is get maybe 1 or 2 chances, and they'll put it away, and then they'll just low block the game until like the final whistle. So at the end of the day, it's something that Celtic need to work on. They need to work on it with the manager. Hopefully the manager makes changes today, and we can go forward from there. Anyway, this is just a short video. I'm not going to be on here for absolutely ages, because like I said, Christmas is coming up and I need to do some cleaning. So so it's one of the ones where, you know, keep productive, keep doing what you're doing, and you know, if I don't see you again after this, because see, if we lose this game, I might just quit. I might just quit fucking supporting Celtic, and I might just start liking cricket or something like that. I think I've said that once before. I'm getting a weird feeling of deja vu. I don't know, I'll need to look back at my archive. Anyway, remember, doing something means everything. If you have a score prediction, then please put it underneath. I'm not saying anything about a score prediction. I'm not that confident about a score prediction, to be honest. I'm just looking at whatever happens, and that's basically it. We've lost 4 games. We could lose 5. We never know. You know, you can blame the board, you can blame the manager, you can blame the players, you can blame ourselves. But at the end of the day, like, well, fans feel like they're doing the right thing, because if you just, with the whole distribution of money and buying merchandise off these mugs, you're just putting money into their pockets. You're not putting money into the club. You're putting money into their pockets. See the whole thing with this 74 million thing in the bank and all that kind of thing. That is basically just, they could leave that club at any time and they can take that fucking money with them. So let's just think about that, right? So, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. One of them out at a time. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll get. Because I'm telling you right now, they are useless to Celtic. They have put us in a position that has just weakened us for season after season after season. You know, and then, you know, they've took everything away from us from the Champions League expectations. So, you know, it's just one of those things. Like, I don't understand why the board have been so negligent. I don't know if it's a money-making thing or, you know, like it's a competitive thing. Because right now the Scottish League is you've got 4 teams up there now. Because you've got Motherwell who are piling up the points, playing some good football. Then you've got Hearts who are obviously doing their job. They're top of the league. You've got us sitting second. And then you've just got Rangers slowly building that up. You know, because they've come up. I mean, they're just coming up. I think they're 4th, aren't they? I think they're 4th. So at the end of the day, you've got Rangers that are just sitting behind us. If they beat Hearts today, then, you know, that's it. It could be a 4-horse race. I might have ever seen that in the Scottish game. No, for a good probably 40 years or something like that. So yeah, there is definite things changing in the Scottish League, but just this season. But, you know, I'm more about Celtic. Come on, Celtic. Let's do this today. You've got the fan support. Alright? Come on, the players. Get your heads up. Listen to the manager. Listen to what he wants you to do. Oddly enough. Anyway, I'll see you later. Remember, doing something means everything. And just enjoy the game, alright? And enjoy Christmas. If I don't see you before Christmas, enjoy Christmas. Have a great time with your families. Have a great time in the pub, whatever you're doing. Just absolutely just enjoy it. Alright? Anyway, I'll see you later. And catch yous. Bye bye.